It is Friday, April 15th, Good Friday, the Friday of Holy Week, and this is Love Notes, daily devotions from Holy Trinity Lutheran Church. Welcome. We come now to the cross, to the ultimate expression of divine love for us. We come now to what John has told us is the glorification of Jesus, a kind of upside down glorification, if you will, where crucifixion and death and suffering are the glory of God. We won't be taking our devotion today from the text according to John. That's told at Good Friday Eve services. I hope you'll go to one. Instead, today we look at the Psalm, Psalm 22, which provided the words Jesus said from the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me, from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but find no rest. These are words of alienation and lament. The suffering is so intense for the psalmist that God seems to be absent. That's the depth of suffering that Jesus suffers on the cross. The cross inflicts physical suffering, pain unimaginable, torture that none of us would wish on anyone. It inflicts emotional suffering as people betray him, deny him, flee and leave him alone. The only people left at the foot of the cross are a beloved disciple and his mother. Everybody else is gone. Jesus is alone. And in the depth of that loneliness, he cries out with the suffering of the soul, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why has everything been taken from me? Why have you allowed this to happen? He cries out what people who have suffered throughout human history cry out. Where are you, God, in all of this? And in so doing, we see that Christ embraces fully all that humans can suffer. We spend a lot of time in our day and age trying to avoid suffering at all cost. We think that if the next pill that comes out or treatment comes out or vitamin comes out, we'll be able to avoid the suffering of aging. We think that if we only think happy thoughts and do happy things, then no suffering will come. The lie in all this is that you can't avoid suffering. Not one religious tradition in all of the world, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, anything, has ever done anything but embrace suffering, because suffering is the lot of human life. The question is, what do we do with it? In Jesus Christ, we see that God suffers with us. And that gives us a look into what it means to live truly as humans. We live in a land that is dedicated to the pursuit of happiness, finding fun, being on vacation, doing all the stuff that is a distraction from daily life. And yet, by so doing, we miss daily life, and we miss sometimes the suffering that we, just in denial, think isn't happening. In the cross of Jesus Christ, we find one who suffers in solidarity with all of us, which means that none of us can ever cry out again, my God, why have you forsaken me? Because there, in our suffering, is the one who suffered on the cross. Jesus has experienced once and for all the absolute solitude of suffering and makes it so that no human can ever or must ever suffer that again. All we need to do is call on the name of the Lord, and we know that one suffers with us. One is right with us in the hospital bed, at the graveside, when our losses mount, when we feel like failures. When the suffering comes and eats a hole in our heart, it is filled up by the one who said for the last time, my God, why have you forsaken me? The gospel of Jesus Christ is not a gospel of how you avoid suffering. It is, in fact, because of the cross, a gospel which charts a path path through the suffering to the hope that exists beyond. Our prayer this day should be to lift up our own suffering next to Jesus on the cross and say, Lord, be with me, and to find the hope that comes from the one who suffers with us. Amen.